Well, goodbye Islas Secas. It's been short and sweet, one short night, and we haven't even been ashore. They don't want our money apparently, and we don't want to spend it here. We're off now to the next island. The first mate has felt like he's been in prison the whole time. He's been complaining because obviously we've been boat bound. We've had some lovely swimming and snorkeling around the boat, but a little bit dicey anchorage quite close to these coral heads. So there's not really that much to keep us here, to be honest.
Yep, one night here was enough, otherwise you would go crazy. Welcome to Panama cruising. The wind is so weak and so irregular. So we still have about 200 miles ahead of us before we reach Panama City. So we are only hoping that we're gonna see some weather coming our way. Otherwise it's gonna be 200 miles of motoring.
The wind isn't quite cooperating, does it ever? It's kind of blowing exactly from where we're going to, but since it's only a short sail today, we're going to tack around into it.
I'll put him on notice. I'll say he's got half an hour of this, and if we are not making decent progress or speed, the engine is back on, because I really don't want 11 or 12 mile passage to turn into 6 or 7 hours.
Yeah, first mate's got a busy day ahead, things to do, as you can see.
That's right, you know, got life, don't I?
You watch him. I'll give him 2 minutes before his feet are up where they belong on the teak, giving ultimatums.
I was looking forward that I'm gonna catch a fish today, but I don't think there's a danger of that in this speed. You're doing like 3 knots. I really need to be 5+ for the fish to be attracted by my massive lure.
Excuses, excuses. He's got them in early today because he's not expecting anything. See what's happening here. We had a few bites yesterday though, and the fish here, I gotta say, are vicious. They're not afraid, so I just hope the first mate's lure's up to the job.
That didn't take long. Engine is back on literally 3 minutes later because the wind just died.
As soon as we rolled the sails out and got them trimmed, no wind, just like that. Captain's not happy.
And we're sailing again. The engine is like on and off and on and off and on and off. Let's hope we can get there in decent time so I can get on with my very busy schedule.
Well, just more proof that the captain is always right. The wind has come round beautifully and we are sailing only about 5 degrees off our destination, which is unheard of. We have 12 miles to go and we're averaging about 3.5 to 4 knots. So just perfect. The first mate has already eaten his hat.
A bit dry, but delicious. Yeah, I've got to admit, he was right this time, but only this time. Well, fantastic. It turned into a really sporty sail after all. We're plowing forward at 6 knots and we only have 3 miles to go. So I think it's claps for the captain today. He was right.
There's only one person clapping on this vessel. Can't hear the others.
So needy, isn't he? Very, very needy. Oh my God, I nearly died. I was just looking out at the sea and suddenly I look, what is that? On top of the outboard, and we've got a stowaway. It's a massive one. How did he get on? I mean, we haven't been in a marina for months. He must have come on a dinghy, but if he's here, he definitely was inside, or is gonna be inside. I don't know what we're gonna do with that.
Aw, he looks so sweet. We've had a stowaway gecko now for about a month, so I hope they get along. We need some things around to eat all the flies that we keep getting.
Yeah, we're gonna catch him later on when we get closer to the island. We don't really want him to jump off mid-ocean and drown. So once we get to the anchorage, we see if we can catch him and release him. Tom already is saying, let's keep him. Let's keep him as a pet. No way, Jose.
Oh, he's so sweet. He's looking a bit suicidal, just clinging on the edge of the dinghy there when we tried to catch him. I think we should just leave him be. We can give him a good home here. There's plenty of bugs around for him to eat.
It actually turned out to be a fantastic day for sailing. No fish, but we've got iguana on board, so that's a result. Apparently, if you grill it, it tastes like chicken. We may give it a go after a few months. I'm sure the captain would love that.
I just love to see Peter catch him. I would pay good money for that chase.
We shall see.
This is a very deep anchorage with a very steep drop-off. So we've got to be extremely careful where we drop the hook so we don't end up on the shore when the nighttime breezes come. It's a familiar pattern around here.
There's nothing on this island, just nature. Some of the anchorages in Panama are just so beautiful, totally unspoiled, untouched by humans. I mean, look at it, it's like a proper jungle and no one is here, just us. And boundless, of course. They are everywhere. I can see the rocks, so don't go any further. If anything, reverse.
I'm really happy with that. We could have left it a little bit closer so we could swim ashore easier, but this will lead to fewer sleepless nights for the captain when the afternoon breezes kick in and push us back against this coral reef. Isla Brincanco is part of Coiba National Park, a UNESCO World Heritage Site made up of 39 islands and surrounding waters. The area is home to some of the last unspoilt tropical rainforest of the Eastern Pacific, as well as thousands of species of plants and animals. It was a privilege to spend time in this remote paradise as we passed through.
Uh-oh, that's not good. We've just smelled burning. We don't know where it's coming from, but it's quite overpowering smell of rubber. Tom is investigating and I am making sure that we are not going to hit anything because we are only about 400 meters from the anchorage.
Everything looks fine with the engine, but it seems like when we put it in gear we get a burning smell. But not good. I just can't find the source of it right now.
Still no luck. Luckily I've got the main up and there's a very, very light breeze, so we are being pushed away from the island at 1.5 knots. In situations like this, oh my god, we are so grateful that we actually have friends nearby if something goes wrong. Always something, eh? Come to paradise, he said.
I'm really struggling to make sense of this. There's no sign of anything wrong down below, and I can't put the symptoms together. The smell of burning that we had around the transom versus the drop in engine revs. All the coolant water's flowing properly through the exhaust, the engine's getting fuel, all the voltages are correct, doesn't seem to be any obvious short circuit, so I really can't put my finger on what's going on.
Well, I can put a finger on it. We should be in a marina having a nice time and not here in the middle of nowhere with broken engine. Poor maintenance, that's what it is.
Finger's already pointing. Let's see how we get on. Okay, well, we're sailing and I still haven't managed to track down the source of any problem down there. Everything checks out just fine, which is really a mystery. The conclusion we came to is it must have been something wrapped around our prop that then freed itself. And maybe when the engine was just sputtering and struggling, it put a bit of unburnt fuel into the exhaust, which then burnt on its way out. It's really all we can think of. So Captain's going to keep a close eye on everything, but for now we are just continuing as normal. So far so good. About 8 miles to go. The wind has built and we're managing to keep a great course. I was thinking, looking at the weather forecasts, that we'd be motoring pretty much everywhere in this part of the world. But fortunately with these thermals that's not the case, especially in light of this morning's issue.
That will be it. If that motor goes, I'm out. First plane out of here.
First plane for Pedro. That would be the name of the campaign, I think. He's made it very clear, if anything on this boat goes, he's going with it.
That's right. We need to keep the captains on their toes. Everything needs to be shipshape and in fully working order. Not that I can say that's the case on Bohemia.
Ouch. Anyone smell burning?
It's very lovely. That is the village we're gonna visit tomorrow. And the rain hasn't caught up with us. So as a celebration, I'm gonna do some nachos. Nachos night, yay!
As a celebration of the captain and all his hard work today, getting sails in, out, changing destinations, it's all been going on. He deserves his nachos. He also needs a shower though, so that cloud should come quickly. Nachos are in the oven and the captain's just got his shower. Right on time. Whew, very refreshing. It's about 10 degrees cooler than the water that we're in right now though, so it's a little bit bracing.
Well, that was a really nice wake-up call. 7:30 in the morning, and there was a knock on the boat whether I would like to trade for some fruit. He wanted pencils, batteries and clothing. Now we've got lovely fresh mangoes and pineapple and avocados. We've got another young traders coming to us. I bet they've collected some mangoes on the beach and will want to trade those. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Me gusta tu barco. ¿Listo? ¿Y tú? ¿Cómo se llama?
Giancarlo.
Hola.
Hola.
Hola. Perfecto, muchas gracias. Y yo tengo algo, ¿prefieres algo dulce?
Vamos allá.
Ok.
Gracias.
Gracias.
Muchas
gracias.
Adiós.
Mucho gusto.
El barco es fantástico.
Sí.
Muy rápido, ¿eh? Como Speedy González. Okay, so we've got more mangoes. I will need to think of what to do with these mangoes. Maybe mango chutney. Ah, bless them. Really lovely experience meeting all these locals. So genuine, so friendly. I saw them earlier throwing stones at the trees, getting the mangoes down so that they can come here and trade. The boys are doing their rounds. Now they went to Boundless. I left half of the mangoes for them.
Well, someone is getting a reputation in the anchorage very quickly for giving out all the sweets to the kids.
I'm the man with the sweets. The whole village must have heard by now. Hey chicos. Pero primero, ¿cómo se llama?
Hola, niños.
¿Cómo se llama?
Mucho gusto.
Hey, Mar. ¿Y tú?
John.
John.
Jason.
Sonreír. 1, 2, 3. Oh, this is crazy. Literally, the kids must have talked to each other on the island, and they all are coming on their little canoes and just like looking, and every time we come out saying, "Do you want something sweet?" "Yes, please." Oh, very nice.
He's just sent them over to Boundless saying they had loads of sweets.
I said, if you need any more, just go over to them. They have more. I think we just made their day. Very happy indeed. More delivery. It's non-stop. Literally. Adios.
Adios, hasta luego.
Well, it's been quite a good day. We've got a lot of produce, more pineapple, cucumbers, and more avocados as well. No need to go to the shop, huh? This is like Uber Eats. That's the Uber. That's funny. Boundless is popular. One little canoe on one side and a pangero on the other. Literally, anyone is coming to Bahia Honda, make sure you come stock up with things that they appreciate. AAA batteries, clothing, pencils, magazines, all of that. Oddly, nobody has asked for any alcohol and very rarely for money. Well, I think this was the last trade of the day. 2 guys came over on their panga, gave us a lovely coconut, 3 limes and avocado as well. So finally we can go Coco Loco in Bahia Honda.
just exploring the local town, and Peter and Julian have found the local shop. Hola, ¿cómo están?
The selection is not great, but they have onions and canned food, so I'm gonna get some of that, and we'll have to be creative.
The shop is top security behind bars. It feels like you're at a bank. But Julian and Peter have passed the test and been allowed inside. It should make shopping a bit easier.
So this is the town's Plaza Mayor, the main square, and the reason for it is that it actually has a tiny little Wi-Fi here. Really nice that the town's got a little pathway across the entire island, so we are on our leg stretching exercise. Get off the boat and stretch our legs. Yeah, I would say this is probably the poorest place we have visited so far. Very lovely people, very friendly, we're feeling good, everyone is talking to us, but you can see their life is very hard here. The shop really had only onions as of fresh produce, and the rest was all tinned and long-lasting stuff. And there are mango trees absolutely everywhere.
What an adventure. It's such a garden, this island. There's fruit trees everywhere, and all of them bearing fruit. It's just a gorgeous island. It seems like the Garden of Eden. Everything just grows on trees here. I don't think I'd ever go hungry living in this place.
We made it to the local bar. Un, dos, tres. Uf. Muchas gracias.
Cheers.
See? Told you.
Oh no!
Oh.
Special thanks in this episode go to our latest patrons, SV Indigo, for putting the wind in the first mate's conch shell.
Champagne for everyone.
Thank you so much, and here's to you. If you enjoyed this episode, then please don't forget to tell YouTube all about it by commenting, liking, and sharing. See you next time.